Welcome to her Stories from the Stars. I'm Meeka Nomicon, and this is her Tears of My Light. Darkness. Darkness and nothing in all directions. At some point, I started thinking, shouldn't there be something here? Something anywhere? Those were the thoughts I had before, and I did find something before. So I started looking. I was looking for that light, and as I wandered, I spotted it in the distance. A trail of burning bright lights. They travelled out and away, their steady glow piercing tiny holes in the darkness. They fascinated me. I decided I'd walk until I reached the source. The birth of the stars. I found a girl. She was sitting on a bed of those stars. It was a beautiful sight. Oh, someone's here. What should I say to her? Are you crying? Excuse me, but have you been crying? I felt so lonely, I just can't seem to stop. But now someone's here. I didn't think someone would come, but you're here. I'm so happy. If you're happy, then stop crying. Honestly, space. Huh? How did you know my name? I don't know. It just slipped out. How did I know her name? She never told it to me. But something about her feels so familiar, like an old friend. This isn't fair. I didn't even get to introduce myself. And now I have to ask for your name. It's time. 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 What are you doing? Saying it 8 times will help me remember. 8 on its side is infinity. That's how I'll never forget. Okay, I can sort of see the logic, I suppose. I see. So, time? Where did you come from? Everyone knows that time is the root of it all. I came from the start. If I had to give it a name, I'd call it the start. The start? Yeah, it would make sense to begin at the start. Does that make where we are now the middle? But you started here, didn't you? I don't know if we can call it the middle. We can. This place has changed. Has it? Yes. You're here with me now, time. So before was the start, and now is the middle. I'm pretty sure she's spawned like 1 billion stars in that span. I think we can call it the middle. It made sense in its own way. This girl is very straightforward. So, if there's a beginning, is there an end? I'd wager so, probably. Everything must eventually come to the end, right? It would make sense for that to be the case. You think so too? I wonder what it's like. What if the end is sad? The start was lonely. Will the end be lonely too? Well, the best way to avoid that space is if you go to the end first. So, if I just outlive you, at least you won't be lonely in the end. I don't want that. You cry a lot, don't you? Yeah, because look, whenever I do, these stars come out. I'd already noticed, but maybe it'd be rude to point that out. I can't really explain it, but somehow they make me feel a little less lonely. So, from the start, you've just been here making stars? Yeah, you see, where there is nothing, I want to put something. Does that make sense? I guess it does. What kinds of things do you do, time? I move the universe. I can make the universe move, forwards, backwards. I can jump to any moment I've already experienced. If we're the embodiment of time, though, have we actually already experienced everything there is to experience? I mean, if we are time itself, then surely as an entity, we've already lived our entire life. Wow, that sounds like hard work. Making stars sounds like harder to me. No, that's easy. Watch. Ah! I didn't mean to make you cry again. Actually, this is a good chance to demonstrate. Huh? Alright, I've remembered the outcome. Oh, so if we just go backwards and then tell her not to cry. Now I'll rewind to when I said making stars sounds harder. Then I can try to stop her from crying. I need to rewind. I have a button for this. I mean, I know, I can see the button. I'm just curious where our actual dialogue ends. It's at the bottom of the screen. If I can make use of the rewind button, I'll end up going in circles. And if I get stuck, I can always reset. But for now, I need to rewind. Ah, okay. This now just loop me back to the start of your conversation. I got ya. Let's go. Wait, so where's my choice? Ah, there we go. Making stars sounds harder to me. Hey, don't start crying just to prove how easy it is, okay? Huh? How did you know what I was about to do? That's my power. You already cried before, so I went back to the moment before you did in order to stop you. Wow, you're incredible, Time. Does that make us also like the birth of all parallel universes? Since we can go back and change any mind decision, making a branching path, right? I'm pretty sure that also makes us the source of paradoxes. It was nothing, really. You know something? I only just met you, but it feels like we've already known each other. I did know your name from the first moment I saw you. So, maybe your feeling is true. But I can't remember talking with you like this before now. Just like I can't remember crying before you changed what happened. It must be a paradox. Hey, how did you find me in the first place? I just followed your stars, and here you were. Oh, that means, hey, if we ever get separated, I can just cry. That way you'll always be able to find me. Sure, but I don't know if I like the thought of making you cry. I won't have to, as long as you're here with me. I'm kind of afraid to go back to being alone. Alright, I'll stay. It doesn't seem like there's anyone else out there anyway, so I have no reason to leave. Huh? Anyone else? Oh no! If there is someone else out there, don't you think we should try looking for them? I mean, I thought we were truly bonding here, Space. I thought it was going to be me and you forever, space and time. But I guess we should probably be nice and find anyone left on their own. Let's search, shall we? You don't want them to feel lonely, do you? Exactly. I'm so happy you understand Time. We wandered into the void together to see if we could find anything else out there, but all we found was darkness. And more darkness we found, the more Space would cry. I didn't like seeing her cry. I didn't want her to feel lonely. Much to my relief, she agreed to rest when I suggested it. I closed my eyes for a while, but when I opened them again, I was back in the dark. Space? No response. Who stole my space? What happened? All the stars are gone too. Did I make a mistake? I'll rewind from here to before I closed my eyes. Alright, Don't close your eyes this time. I won't close my eyes this time. I have to pay attention so I don't miss what caused everything to go black. Time? You look so serious all of a sudden. Something strange happened, but I don't know what it was. Something strange? Oh! Someone in the shadows. Scanning the cosmos, I noticed something seemed to be blotting out a group of stars in the distance. I'd spotted the anomaly. I could just barely make it out against the dark background of the void. There was someone out here after all. As soon as they noticed I'd spotted them, they disappeared. I squinted toward the area they'd been standing only a moment before, thinking I could easily find them again at such a distance. Do we reckon that's going to be like the abyss or something? There may be a void? But very suddenly, she appeared right behind space. What are you? Nil. Oh, damn! Are you trying to take over space? She phased right through space, somehow erasing her from existence. The stars around us dimmed and faded as she disappeared. This is what happened before. This is what I'd missed by taking my eyes off of her. Wait, so are you the end? It was awful. I wanted it to stop. Where space once stood before me, there was now only nil. What have you done to space? And the stars? You took away all the beauty. Now all that's left is the void. But it's beautiful like this, too, isn't it? No, I don't like it. Bring back space. Bring back her stars. If that's how you feel, I'll lock you in this moment until you understand. No. Wait, does that mean I can't go back? I'll lock you in this moment until you understand. Oh wait, I can go back. No, I won't accept this. But what can I do? If I return to the start, if I start over now, I could change this. Otherwise, I'll be trapped in this loop. Darkness and nothing in all directions. But I knew someone was out there. I just had to find her again. So I started looking. I wanted to find space, and as I retraced my steps, I spotted her light in the distance. There was space, sitting on a bed of her stars, just like I remembered. Oh, someone's here. What should I say to her? Okay, let's concern her. You're alive. I thought something terrible happened, but you're right here. I'm glad you're still okay. Huh? She looked at me like she'd never seen me before. Because of course, she hadn't seen me before. This space was new. How could I have expected her to remember what happened? In my excitement to see her alive, and well, I'd forgotten that rule. I decided to try recreating the first memory. Never mind. Excuse me, but have you been crying? I felt so lonely. I just can't seem to stop. But now someone's here. I didn't think someone would come, but you're here. Aha! I'm so happy. If you're happy, then stop crying. Honestly, Space. Huh? How did you know my name? Of course I know your name, even though you didn't tell it to me the first time either. This isn't fair. I didn't even get to introduce myself. And now I have to ask for your name? It's time.
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 What are you doing?
Saying it 8 times will help me remember. 8 on its side is infinity. That's how I'll never forget.
Except it's impossible for you to remember when I go back to before I told you.
So, time. Where did you come from?
I came from the future. Would you believe me if I told you I came from the future?
When I thought I was all alone, you proved me wrong. So I'll believe whatever you say. Besides, there's this feeling in my chest that you are definitely someone I can trust.
I'm glad. Well, it's true. I did come from the future. We've already met before, and you wanted to search this void to see if we could find anyone or anything else.
That does sound like something I'd want to do. Did we find anyone?
Someone found us, but it's hard to explain what happened. I don't want to scare her. We didn't find anyone. That's why I think we should stay together.
Oh, it would be sad if there was anyone out there, and they were feeling as lonely as I was.
I lied to her. She said she'd believed whatever I say, and I took advantage of that trust. But I didn't know how to tell her what happened. I wanted to avoid the ending I saw before. If this path didn't lead to something better, I could always make a save point and rewind from here.
Hey, Time, if you're from the future, why did you come here?
Well, so I'd be able to talk to you again.
Then, in the future, we're not able to talk anymore? Oh no!
Yeah, you reached the end first, Space. Uh-oh. I'll reassure her so she doesn't start crying again. Yeah, we were separated, but I'm going to change it so that doesn't happen.
That's a relief. I should figure out a backup plan too, so that you're not the only one working hard at this.
Hey,
how did you find me in the first place?
That's easy. I already knew where you'd be waiting for me.
But I'm talking about the very first meeting, before you knew where I was. What about then?
I just followed your stars, and here you were.
Oh, that means... Hey, if we ever get separated, I can just cry. That way you'll always be able to find me.
Sure, but I don't know if I like the thought of making you cry.
I won't have to, as long as you're here with me. I'm kind of afraid to go back to being alone.
I don't want to be alone either.
I'm glad you feel the same time.
Would it be alright to just lay here together? Just for a little while?
If you want to, then I don't mind.
What's the betting Neil is going to find us regardless? I held her hand so that Neil wouldn't be able to sneak up on us. Our fingers interlaced so easily. It was as if they belonged together, like this. But that was impossible. That feeling, even if it didn't make any sense, only made me hold tighter. As long as I held on to Space, Neil wouldn't be able to take her away. We could lay here and admire the stars together and never do anything else. I'd be satisfied just like this.
Time, can I ask you something?
What is it?
What happened before? What was it that you came back in order to change?
I already told you. We got separated.
I know, but I definitely would have been crying if that happened. Couldn't you have followed my stars?
There were no stars anymore. All the stars had faded away. I couldn't. You weren't able to make them anymore.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad you came back. if we couldn't find each other, I'd want to change that too.
We lay there in silence for a while. I had the feeling Space could sense I was waiting for something. She didn't ask what. As long as I held on to her, she had nothing to worry about. Nil, surely she was watching us from somewhere the light from Space's stars didn't reach. I wanted to be ready. I wanted to be able to stop her when she appeared. But we fell asleep. No! No! I let it happen again. I've lost Space. Again.
Time. Don't go back anymore.
Why are you doing this? She's just going to trap me here again, isn't she?
Stay. Stay. Stay.
Stay. Stay. Stay. Stay. I refuse. I'm going back. Oh! We can't go back to before we fell asleep. We need to leave. That's what we need to do. Wait, do I warp? I do not warp. Do I restart? It's gonna be a restart, right? Yes. Darkness. Darkness and nothing in all directions. I knew what I had to do. I started looking for Space, and as I wandered, I spotted a familiar light in the distance.
Oh, someone's here.
What should you say to her? I want to save you. Space, listen carefully. Someone called Nil is going to come and take you and all of your beautiful stars away.
Huh?
Please trust me. My name is Time, and I came from a future where that's what always happens in the end.
I don't understand.
I know it's a lot to take in. I want to protect you. I don't want Nil to take you away.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I let myself get taken away.
It's not your fault, Space.
You don't want to be all alone either, do you? If you feel the same as me, then it must have hurt.
It's okay. I'm able to come back to prevent things like this. Please don't cry.
Okay.
Do you reckon that's why Nil has outer space? Because Space keeps crying, and every time a star is born, it takes up more of Nil's life? Really? Because Nil is the void, right? I told Space about the other versions of our meeting that I knew of. I told her that Nil was somehow able to limit my power, trapping me in a loops and keeping me from rewinding far enough to stop her whenever she appeared. And Space wanted to help. She said if we worked together, we might have a chance. It was better than trying to fight this monster on my own. Nil seems to only appear when we let our guard down. I tried waiting before, but we fell asleep.
We had to make the first move. But what should we do?
I don't know. If I could go back far enough, just enough to know exactly what's going to happen, so that I'd be able to fix it, The only way I've been able to learn anything is through seeing you get taken away. I don't want to watch that happen again.
Time. You're working hard, aren't you? I want to help. I don't want you to feel alone. I'm still here, so I hope I can do something for you.
We stayed like this for a while. She was warm. It felt nice. I considered pausing the universe here, in this moment. After all, moving forward could cause something awful to happen again, and it was up to me whether or not to let this path play out. But I knew I didn't have to be afraid, because I wasn't alone. Oh, but Nil is here. Nil had already shown herself.
Why are you doing this? This is Nil. Why do you look like me? You're the copy. Why won't you stay erased?
Space, run! I'll stop her!
But I don't want to be separated from you.
It's only temporary, I promise. I'll be able to find you later. So get out of here!
I don't like this. I don't like this.
In an instant, Nil's body blinked out of existence. She'd slipped through my grasp. And once again, space was gone. Was there nothing I could do? Nil had beaten me no matter what I tried. My attempts to change fate were only hurting space again and again.
Time. Why won't you look at me?
You keep taking space away. Of course I wouldn't want to look at someone who'd do that.
You're crying for her?
I felt so overwhelmed by hopelessness. I'd barely noticed my tears. How strange, I thought, for me to cry so easily. Space was always the one who... And there it was again, the feeling I'd known her for much longer than I'd probably could have. I didn't understand these feelings. Aren't you going to reset again? What's the point? If you'll always... Again, she said again. Then she remembers the other times that I asked you before, what are you?
I am nil, emptiness, void, whatever you want to call me. Wherever there is something, I want to make it nothing. Does that make sense?
Ah, so you're the twin of space. Why would you want to do that? You exist just to take space away.
Space exists to take me away. Why can't you understand? Must I explain it to you? Time, please listen.
You know what? You've stolen space a bunch of times. I refuse to listen to you. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. I'm going to save space. I won't fail again. I'll find a way to save her. Darkness. Darkness and nothing in all directions. I needed to find space right away. As I made my way toward her, I felt relieved to see her comforting light in the distance.
Oh, someone's here.
What should I say to her? Please, don't cry. I'm sorry for leaving you all alone. Please don't cry anymore, Space.
Huh? Have we met before?
Sort of, but you can't remember. I know this must sound strange.
It does. But how else could you know my name? I believe you.
Sorry, I should introduce myself too. I'm Time.
Time. Time. Time, 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 time. Time.
I wish that mnemonic trick of hers actually worked.
So, Time, where did you come from?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's hard to describe a place with nothing in it.
Were you all alone in the dark too? Oh no! Thinking of that makes me so sad. Ah!
You're crying again?
I can't help it. When I think of how you must have felt, I just... Ah!
You shouldn't be crying for me. Here, I'll try to describe it in a way that doesn't make you start crying.
Huh? The place you came from? Okay.
If I had to give it a name, I'd call it the start.
The start? Yeah, it would make sense to begin at the start.
Oh, we have got no options.
So, if there's a beginning, is there an end?
I've already seen it. I've seen the end. I didn't like it very much, so I came back here.
You didn't like it? That means... Oh no! What if the end is sad? The start was lonely. Will the end be lonely too? I don't want that!
Do you reckon we should tell her that her desire to put something in nothing is why it causes the end, and Neil really doesn't like it? Yeah, it's nicer this way.
Oh, I'm so happy you'd say that. What kinds of things do you do, Time?
I change fate. Whenever anything bad happens, I can just rewind and change it into something good.
You can really do that? How?
I can make the universe move forwards, backwards. I can jump to any moment I've already experienced.
Wow, that sounds like hard work.
Yeah, it can be hard sometimes, but I can do good things with this power. Just like how your stars brighten up the cosmos, I can brighten the future.
That's really cool. You're so cool, Time.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, something. I only just met you, but it feels like we've always known each other.
But it's strange.
I can't remember talking with you like this before now. Hey, how did you find me in the first place?
That's easy. I already knew where you'd be waiting for me.
But I'm talking about the very first meeting, before you knew where I was. What about then?
I just followed your stars, and here you were. I held her hand so that Neil wouldn't be able to sneak up on us. Being together with space felt so natural. Even her lightest touch could put me at ease, though I still couldn't explain why. We could lay here and admire the stars together, and never do anything else. I'd be satisfied just like this. No, I need to tell her what happened. Otherwise, it'll just turn out the same. Space, listen to me. I came from a future where you and all of your stars were taken away by someone called Nil.
Huh?
I'm here to try to save you from that fate. I want you to know that.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I don't know. I didn't want to frighten you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I let myself get taken away.
It's not your fault, Space.
You don't want to be all alone either, do you? If you feel the same as me, then it must have hurt.
It's okay. I'm able to come back to prevent things like this. Please don't cry.
Okay.
I told Space about the other versions of our meeting that I knew of. I told her that Neil was somehow able to limit my power, trapping me in loops and keeping me from rewinding far enough to stop her whenever she appeared. And Space wanted to help. She said if we worked together, we might have a chance. I hadn't changed anything before, but I wanted to try it again. Neil seems to only appear when we let our guard down. I tried waiting before, but we fell asleep.
Then we have to make the first move. But what should we do?
I don't know. If I could go back far enough, just enough to know exactly what's going to happen, so that I'd be able to fix it, The only way I've been able to learn anything is through seeing you get taken away. I don't want to watch that happen again.
Time. You're working hard, aren't you? I want to help. I don't want you to feel alone. I'm still here, so I can do something for you.
We stayed like this for a while. It felt as nice as I remembered. warm, comfortable, safe. I expected Neil to show up again, soon. I had to be careful going forward from here. These might be my last moments with space in this version of our universe. Space, there's something I want to say.
What is it?
Aw, are we gonna have a space-time romance? Really a love for the ages, huh? I really like you. This may be a little sudden, but I like you a lot.
I feel the same.
Even if we only just met?
Even if we only just met. Because you really wanted to stay with me, didn't you? Even if you had to try over and over. You've always come to find me, to make sure I wasn't lonely. Isn't that right?
Don't make me sound so selfless. I didn't want to feel lonely either. But really, I just wanted to be here with you. I don't want either of us to be left all alone.
The thought that we've met like this again and again is enough to make me never feel lonely again. Thank you, time.
I'm crying again. How could hearing those words make me so happy? Have no right to hear them yet. I haven't done anything to protect you yet. I've only failed you over and over.
You're trying your best. That's what it feels like to me.
How can you know that? How do you know everything I've told you isn't a lie?
Because you say it so honestly. I can feel our connection in my heart. So even if I don't remember our other meanings, even if I don't completely understand all of this, I still think you're someone very precious to me, Time.
Space. You know what? Romance is an option, so we're gonna romance. Can I kiss you? Please say no if you don't want to, but is it okay if I kiss you?
I'm so happy you asked. Aww.
Come on now, Neil, would you really break up this beautiful romance? Her warmth was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. In that moment, the stars around us grew brighter and brighter, washing out the darkness of the void until the whole cosmos was bathed in her light. And we were at the center of it all. Wait, are we about to form the sun?
I won't forgive you.
I won't!
This is Neil. Why do you look like me?
I have to erase you. There's no other choice. No, I won't let you touch her.
You're hurting Time. Please go away.
She is hesitating. I'm hurting Time.
She's the one who... I don't want you to make Time sad anymore. I think you should leave us alone.
She really left.
Did I do it? You won't have to reset anymore now, will you?
I think so. I think you're safe now. But why would Neil suddenly stop like that? Can it really end like this? I mean, I highly doubt it. I don't think this is the end. But let's be optimistic. It's fine like this. As long as space is safe, that's all I care about.
We did it. Now we can be together forever.
Yeah, I'm glad. Space and I spent all of eternity together, just like she said. Alone together in her brilliant light, without Neil's darkness. I felt like I'd left something behind, but being together with space, that was all that mattered. Everything was going to be perfect from now on. Oh, I kind of feel bad about Neil. If I erase my memories, I could start over. I could do something different.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I was thinking about it, and I might have made the wrong decision. I need to start over.
The wrong decision? Do you regret staying here with me?
This is the only way to reach nil. I've got to reset. I can reset things back to the right after I lost the third space. Do it. How about this? You wouldn't like what's at the end. Space. The ends that I've reached so far have been the same. Nil takes you and all of your stars away.
Nil?
Yes, Nil. The truth is, I've come back from those awful futures so I can save you from her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I let myself get taken away.
It's not your fault, Space. Oh. I suppose if we just don't start our romance, we'll probably end up going with Nil, right? Never mind. It's nothing. I didn't have the courage. Technically, we barely knew each other. I couldn't haphazardly confess to her like this. Maybe it'd be better left unsaid. Nil had already shown herself.
Why are you doing this? This is Nil. Why do you look like me? You're the copy. Why won't you stay erased?
Space, run! I'll stop her!
But I don't want to be separated from you.
It's only temporary. I promise I'll be able to find you later. So get out of here! Maybe if I hold tighter, if I could just keep her here. What's the point in doing the same thing twice? Nothing changed. I failed again. Next, you'll start crying over her. Can we skip that part? She knows. She remembers everything as well as I do. I asked you before, what are you? I am nil, emptiness, void, whatever you want to call me. Wherever there is something, I want to make it nothing. Does that make sense? Why would you want to do that? You exist just to take space away. Space exists to take me away. Why can't you understand? Must I explain it to you? Time. Please listen. Okay, this time I'll listen. You're still here? You'll really listen to me? Just say what you want to say. Fine. If I know why she's doing all this, I'll be able to think of a way to stop her. But there's another feeling in my heart when I look at her. Sympathy? Why? In the very beginning, I was alone. There was only me and the thick, empty, infinite darkness that surrounds us now. At some point, I thought I wanted there to be more than just that. That's when I changed from nothing to something. It was also when you first appeared, Time. From that point on, it felt like we were all there ever was, and all there ever would be. One time and one space, and no one else. We had so much fun together, I thought it would last for all eternity. But then, my light faded, and you stopped. You stopped, but I was still there. I was still there, but you rewound to be with the light I'd left behind.
I waited for the end to come again, thinking maybe I could reach you there. But whenever it came, you would just rewind again to be with another new me, another new space. It made me so jealous. I waited so long for you to finally find me, but how could you? I couldn't cry. I couldn't create any light of my own for you to follow. You found new lights, her stars. You forgot about me. How? How could that be true? I don't have any memories like that. There's no way I would forget about space. But you did, again and again. She always returns to nothing, to me, and you always go back to the beginning. You never stay with me. You always want to stay with space, but not Nil. It's because my darkness isn't as beautiful. You'll always choose her stars over me. I erased everything, all of the universes, and started over with just one for you and me. But space is always there too, and you always go to her. Is that why I can't remember it? Because you erased the universe that held those memories. Do you know what all the universes are now? It's you and space together, and I'm alone. That's why I wanted to bring you to the end faster. I even learned how to stop you from rewinding. When I erased her, I could finally reach you, but you only got mad at me. I'd finally set everything right, but you didn't understand anything at all. I was stupidly hoping you would remember everything if you could just see me again. I was so angry when you didn't. How could I recall memories that were erased? Unless these feelings in my heart. I still can't stop you from resetting. I can't stop you from doing what's always brought you close to her. You've been going farther and farther away. I didn't know what else to do anymore. I didn't want to have to explain it all to you like this. I wanted you to remember on your own. But I can't take this anymore. Nil, even if those memories were erased for me, they still left an impression in my heart. And that impression, that love has driven me every action up to this point. But you and space are connected. All of my memories with you were with who space is now. That's how I got it confused. I don't want to hear that. Thanks to you, I finally understand what I've been feeling all along. And it's that you are someone who is very precious to me. Even if those feelings were projected onto a you who wasn't you anymore. I'm sorry, Nil. You're so mean. You treated me like I was the bad one. I was the one who messed up from the start. Can you ever forgive me? All I wanted was to be at your side again, and you forgot about me. I won't forgive you so easily. That's fine. I'll work hard to make it all up to you. Good. You have all of eternity to do that. Just the two of us. Just the two of us, huh? Well, I guess it's fine like this. Yeah, just the two of us. I'm so happy. I've waited for this for so long. I know. Sorry to keep you waiting. I mean, I understand I feel bad for Nil and all, but she essentially did go on a mass murder spree, destroying every single universe, just because we didn't remember her. Like, she basically wiped out existence, right? Nil and I spent all of eternity together, just like she said. Alone together in the darkness, without space's light. I felt like I had left something behind, but being together with Nil, no, with my true space, that was all that mattered.
I had a lot to make up for. If I erased my memories, I could start over. I could do something different.
No, don't leave me. Please don't leave me again. I finally have you. I don't want to go back to before.
You won't remember. It'll be as if none of this ever happened.
Please, time. Please stay with me.
This is the only way to reach space. Reset. So apparently we've got one more ending to find. So what if we have to go back? I can't stay with you, Nil. I'm sorry, Nil. I promised Space I would go back to her.
No, why? Am I not enough for you?
Staying here would mean I'm forgetting a part of you again, and I don't want that. I'm not going to leave any part of you all alone. Do you understand?
I do understand, but I still don't like it.
What can I do in order for you to accept it then?
If you're really serious, return to the beginning. I want to start over with you. But instead of looking for Space first, you have to find me instead, okay? Do you promise you'll come to me first?
I promise. Yeah, I promise to come and find you.
Good. It's a promise.
We at least get a hint where you are. You are literally the void. All right, Nil. I'll see you again soon. Darkness. Darkness and nothing in all directions. Nil was somewhere out here, in this emptiness. She'd been waiting for me all along.
You found me!
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to play a game of Marco Polo. I promised I would.
You also promised we'd never be apart. And you promised I was the only one you'd ever love. And you promised...
Hold on. You're talking about a version of me who's not around anymore. I personally haven't promised you anything like that.
Forgetting about it is no excuse. I'm still holding you to everything you've said in the past.
You're pretty strict.
This is your punishment for everything you put me through.
Fine. As long as you don't start making things up to get me to do whatever you want.
I'll be fair.
Are you ready to meet Space?
No, she isn't going to like me.
She won't remember what you did before. And if we told her, I think she'd understand how you felt. What's wrong? You really don't want to meet her?
It's not that. It's just... Do we have to go right away? I still haven't forgiven you yet.
So that's how it is?
Maybe if you'd give me a kiss, perhaps I'd forgive you a little bit.
You're really cute.
I know.
Is it technically cheating if I'm kissing both halves of the same person? And then again, they are technically different entities now, so it borderline feels like I'm making out with twins. We'd fallen right back into place, as if I'd never been gone. Her touch felt so familiar. How could I have ever forgotten it? We must have had a million of these kinds of encounters before. Why else would I have felt so natural? Every moment like this, that was lost to me. I'd have to make new memories to replace them, one by one.
Oh, these stars. They don't feel lonely. Their light feels happy. Oh, someone's here.
Then again, is it really cheating if we're the only three beings in existence? Do you know what'd be unfortunate? If there was a sequel to this game that introduced the character of Fate. I have a feeling Fate would have a lot of issues with time. If you enjoyed that playthrough, I'd greatly appreciate you could like this video and subscribe to this channel. Other than that, it was a spooky day and I'll catch you next time, guys.